In the process of creating value or serving an audience or a market, are you a commodity or do you command a premium? Are you truly in demand? If I asked you to pick top 3 brands, it's quite likely that you may pick Apple, Google, Tata's, Nike or Mercedes-Benz. Friends, how do these brands come to our minds so naturally? What is it that these companies do that their names occupy our mind space so consistently and repeatedly? Two things. They do two things very well. First, they create and produce something insanely great. And second, they serve us with remarkable excellence. But then many companies do that too, and most of them would claim to do so. So what is it that differentiates these chosen few from the rest? Again, two things. First, they have an amazing clarity around their brand. Second, they communicate that clarity effectively, creatively, and meaningfully. They engage us through a variety of touch points that create an emotional appeal. But that's about companies or institutions. What about you as an individual? What about the brand you? Is that even important for you? Well, if you want to be in demand and command premium, you need to build your personal brand. Many of you would have worked in some of these global brands, and some of you may still be working. But let me share one naked truth. One fine day, the umbrella of this company brand will no longer be there. It will all be gone. You'll be all by yourself. You'll be devoid of these attachments, detachments, or pillars to lean on. Then what? What will you do then? How will you stay relevant? How will you differentiate yourself? And how will you command premium? Let me address these questions and offer you a kind of an approach, plan, and pathways to help you build clarity around personal brand. There are 7 questions that can help you build amazing clarity around the brand you. Question number 1, who am I? This is a sum total of who you are as a person and a professional. Remember, people buy you first before they buy from you. So you must dig deep or deep dive to find out the clarity about who we are and what we can bring to this world. Question number 2, what sets me apart and makes me stand out from the crowd? This is about your uniqueness and differentiation. Guys, we all have a native genius and we must find that out. Question number 3, what do I do? This is a culmination of our passion and profession. How we bring these two things in our day-to-day life to earn our living and serve a bigger cause. The clarity around what we do and does it serve a bigger cause can go a long way in helping you build the clarity around your personal brand. Question number 4, why I do what I do. I often say this, let your how not trump your why. Because if your why is clear, how will appear. And why is not about making money. That's the result. It's the purpose, the cause, or the belief that we stand for. Is the reason for our existence. Question number 5, how I do what I do that differentiates me from the rest. This is an integration of our thinking, processing, planning, and implementing that makes a difference. Guys, people who engage us or who wish to engage us, they like to have the visibility around our modus operandi. because that gives them conviction or leaves them with a sense of doubt. So how is very important. Question number 6. For whom I do what I do that creates an emotional appeal and fulfillment. This is about our relevance and relevance to a defined audience. Friends, we must identify an audience with an unmet need that only we can serve the best. If we don't have the clarity around a defined audience, we could be all over the place. And finally, the question number 7. What impact will I create if I have the clarity around these 6 questions? If you don't visualize the impact of who you are, what you do, why you do what I do, and how you create an impact, I'm afraid you will fall short of your expectations and remain unrealized or unfulfilled as far as your potential is concerned. Guys, these are terrific questions that have helped me build clarity around my personal brand. 7 years ago, when I started this journey of building personal brand, I answered these questions, and let me share some of the answers to the questions that I got. So, question number 1, who am I? Well, I'm a thinker, writer, speaker, and coach. I feature among world top 100 coaches and in leadership, strategy, and culture. And I consider myself student of life and teacher of experience. Question number 2, what sets me apart and makes me stand out from the crowd? Well, when I answer these questions, what thoughts come to my mind is structured thinking, originality of idea, building trust and rapport, managing the paradox of big picture and operational precision, customer intimacy, empathy, and guaranteed outcomes. Question number 3, what do I do? I enable organizations and individuals bridge the gap between people and possibilities. I help them identify growth possibilities and also enable them realize those possibilities to the full potential. And as far as leaders are concerned, I enable them find themselves, accept themselves, challenge themselves, rewire themselves, and play themselves for full found new reality. Question number 4, why I do what I do? Well, I do because this allows me a freedom of creative expression, playing out my full potential, give it all in terms of gifts, treasures, strength, capability that I have, because I'm not allowed to take those away with me when I leave this world. So that's the reason I do what I do. Question number 5, how I do what I do? Well, I do that by deeper context understanding the customers very well, powerful insights, storytelling, using metaphors, structured thinking, battle-tested frameworks, and most importantly, the case studies that have worked in the past. And over and above, I keep a beginner's mindset because I don't let expertise to come in the form of biases. Question number 6, for whom I do what I do? I do for organizations and people who are seeking scale, or let's say growth, scale, and transformation. The best way to remember is GST. And I also work for those who are facing disruption or are at the crossroad of relevance. And finally, what impact do I create? I create the impact of transformation, clarity, structure, and most importantly, enable these people and organizations attain anywhere between 3x to 10x growth. Indirectly, that goes towards as a contribution to GDP. So see, once I have the clarity around these 6 questions, the impact also becomes very clear. I'm sure if you apply some of these questions, you will attain clarity about personal brand. So that is all about the brand clarity. Stay tuned for my next video, how to communicate your brand effectively.